Good day, folks. Welcome to On the Bench. Today I'm going to tie the black pheasant tail. Who doesn't have a pheasant tail somewhere in their box, right? This one's a good one for both lakes and streams. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For hook, I'm using an Arex size 14. It's a traditional nymph barbless hook. For thread, I'm using Semperfli 18-aught black nano silk. For the body, the tail, and the legs, I'm using black pheasant tail. For the thorax, I'm using black peacock herl. And for the rib, I'll be using Semperfli 0.4mm flat tinsel in mottled silver and black. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of wax to my nano silk. That just helps it get started on the hook nicer. Nano silk is very slippery if you've never worked with it. I chose it for doing this fly because that's the reason I started using nano silk, was to tie this fly in particular, because I just couldn't get the head right. When I first started tying it, it was just too long or too big or too bulky. So I like the nano silk because it's very thin and very strong. I'm just going to take my pheasant tail and pull off about 5 or 6 pieces. And I like it about the length of the shank, maybe a little bit shorter. Just take a turn in underneath it as well. I always tie in a few extra, even though mayflies only have 3 tails, because these are very delicate feathers and they get beat up pretty bad. So next I'm going to take my tinsel, and you could use wire for this. I use wire in most of my pheasant tails, tinsel in some. Just depends. Like how nice and thin this one is. Next, take your pheasant tail again. And I'm just going to pull off about, find a few longer ones here, and pull off about 4 or 5. And just snip the tips flush. Tie these on. And now I'm just going to wind it forward. You could use hackle pliers to do this. Tie that off. Snip that away. And I'm just going to throw a 1/2 inch in here. Next, take your rib, and it can slip on the pheasant tail, so just take your time. The first couple wraps there. Bring it up in nice even spaces. Just going to shorten my thread there. Tie that off good. Throw another 1/2 inch in there. Next, I'm going to take some wax and a chunk of my pheasant tail. I'm probably going to pull off about a dozen to 15. Enough for a back wing case. And I'm just going to tie it in a little bit forward of the hook so that when I pull my legs back, they go back where I want them to go. Right, just past halfway. And I'm just tying back on itself. Next, take your peacock curl. I've been using 2 strands. Love this black color. It's got like green in it and bronze, and it's really nice. I'm going to snip the ends off that are brittle, apply some more wax. Peacock curl and pheasant tail are both really slippery, as well as nano silk. And then I just take this and give it a little twist. Just enough to keep it together. And then just tie this on, build a nice thorax. Snip that away. And next, take your legs and just separate them and tie them backwards. I kind of want to turn them slightly so they're, I've got a couple shorter ones in here too I'm going to maybe remove. Oh, that's not too bad. Just position them where you want them. And then just fold the wing case over top and tie down. A couple in front, a couple in behind. And this was the problem I had the most problem with on the pheasant tail, was doing this wing case. Right here, I would snip it and my thread would get cut off sometimes, or my head was just way too big. And then I just go right into my whip finish. I'm going to do 2. I'm not applying any glue to this. The nano silk's very strong. 2 whips of that, and it's not coming undone anytime soon. Snip that off. And there you have it, the black pheasant tail. Give that a try in both lakes and streams. Should work. So to watch all of our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, please head over to our website at www.sfotf.ca. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you go to catch all of our latest Pro Staff bench segments, as well as some classic shows here on YouTube. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Take care, conserve the waters, and tight lines.